really want it to be your chance to provide some final comments from everything you've heard during the day and sort of your wishes for the community, where you want to take this first step and what you would like to see having been accomplished over this coming decade. So does anybody have anything that they'd like to share with the group?
What do you hope will have happened in the next 10 years? That we have an economic development officer and an economic development committee, which becomes a model in Manitoba and Canada for sustainable economic growth.
I echo that, but to build the population base and tax base of the Portage region so that we continue to provide enhanced services to our community and continue that Portage a place in the map as a good place to the buzzwords to live, work, and do business.
Okay. All right, so build that population, build the base of revenue so that you can continue to be a place to live, work, and do business. Did I get that right?
So,
Okay. Now, what would you like to say happened? What will you be proud of?
You're cruel. Stand out. You're too short. Well, when I read this question, I'm a newcomer to Portage. I've lived here for 6 years, and I feel actually quite comfortable in this community. I truly feel, this is my home now. It took a little bit of time at first, but when I look at Portage today and my vision for Portage in a few years, it's to continue to have the vibrant community that we have, a very welcoming community. I know we've touched subjects of racism, and I'm the coordinator for the settlement program in town and the integration that happens here. And over the years, we've been doing a lot of workshops about multiculturalism and diversity. And I think, there's a little bit of educational component that the community needs to still get from us. But overall, it's a very nice community. I would just like to see Portage revitalized. It's really sad when you drive down the avenue and you see those empty buildings and the dirty shoulders of the highway, right in the middle of town. And it's just that portion of town that we see, that changes in perception. But there are a lot of areas in town that are beautiful. I would like to see more parks in the north end, or at least a big park where people in the north end can do things. Again, a more vibrant, diverse community. I would like to see more industry, and I would like to see more better paying jobs rather than just your entry level positions at $10 an hour or $12 an hour type of jobs.
One large ethanol plant, 50 small and medium-sized homegrown businesses, one more college, dollar tax base, approved amenities funded by the dollar tax base, population 17,999 people. Don't want to go big into it, otherwise they're funded for all these changes. Continuous walking bike path up to next all areas of the city.
I'd like to see an attitude change in people from, kind of woe is us attitude to a positive we can do it, and see that driving forward great change too.
One thing that we've talked about casually at Central Plains for a number of years on and off is that there's a growing to a critical mass that needs to take place. And once you get a critical mass in the numbers and types and sizes of business, it just seems to pick up and grow on its own. I'd like to, in the next 10 years, personally speaking, I'd like to see that critical mass get hit and the whole ball kind of start rolling. And Portage and the surrounding region really start to grow. And I think with the things like what Stephen was talking about and the intermodal and Southport possibilities, the development of Centerport, some of the discussion that we've had here today and the fact that we're having this, the talk about Simplot and so on, or not Simplot, pardon me, Shell, you can see that ball, that critical mass being approached, and I'm just hoping that we'll be able to see that come to fruition in the next 10 years.
Okay, well then maybe I'll bring things to a close. I think though that the comments we just heard, very thoughtful, building on some of the things that we we've already talked about today, as well as drop some additional thoughts on where we want to get as a community.